What is up, guys? That random demigod here. Yeah, I never do an intro, but like I'm trying to work on it, and for now that's all I got. I'll figure it out later, but that's all I got right now. Let me know if you like it or not. But yeah, that random demigod here, and today I'm bringing you guys a defending tutorial video. Now, first of all, I would like to say something about FIFA 16, right? It's important to the video, trust me. Okay, so FIFA 16, so far I like the game. It has its issues, but it's overall like a very good game. They try to encourage more realistic style of play, it's all about possession now. You're not just sprinting against players that are not me and don't players that don't know what I know. You can probably still sprint and fool around like what's it called, FIFA 15. But honestly, with experience, you get to know that sprinting is not as OP as it used to be. However, pace control is now very OP. Now, now the game is like possession. Like possession is a big key. Like your players give you a lot of options. Like if you stand stationary, your players just kind of hover around, giving you a lot of options. So if you actually pay attention, you see like the options ever. So possession is a big key. So in order to counter that, they made it so the game, basically the defenders intercept a lot more, and so they're more clever. Now, how do I know this is how the game was intended to be played? Now, whenever I get a FIFA game, a new game, I first of all spend the first few hours playing legendary, like the AI on the legendary difficulty. That's how I kind of get how they intended for the game to be played. Now I used to discover that they have more possession. Now that's why now I'm going to talk about defending. Okay. First of all, ask yourself this: when you're defending, what do you look at? Do you look at the opponent with the ball, or do you look at the players you're controlling yourself? That's key, because what you're supposed to be doing is looking at the player with the ball, like the opponent with the ball, because how the opponent controls the player with the ball tells you everything you need to know. Even if you're not directly paying attention to it, the more you focus on that player with the ball, the more your brain gets to basically understand what is going on in the game. Every other thing else, you try to focus on the big picture, like you're afraid, trying to cover the passes, trying to do all of that. The AI will do it for you this time around. It's FIFA 16. I'm not saying you should just charge and like a dummy every time, but try to focus more on the player with the ball. Don't look at the player you're even controlling. It's your analog. If you want the player closer, you can basically figure it out. You can keep your peripheral vision on the player you're controlling, but your main focus, your eyes should be on the player with the ball. Okay. Secondly, this is all you really need to know, to be honest. The first part, maybe you can ignore me, but this is all you really need to know. Do not use push and pull button, because they make pace control so overpowered in this game. Like even Neymar now can hold the ball for a very long time comfortably, and if you get the ball, odds are you causing a foul. It's like that. In FIFA 15, it wasn't that bad, but in this game, it's really OP. And I guess it kind of makes sense because players in real life, they do that, right? They can hold the ball, and then when you overpower them, they just fall, and it's a free kick. That's basically what it is in this game, because they're trying to be more realistic, and I can see how that can be annoying, to be honest. It's a game, but you know what? I get it, okay? That's FIFA has always tried for realism or whatever. But the thing is, I know the way they go about it sometimes can be annoying, but so far, FIFA 16, I think it's probably one of the good ones so far. Okay, I really enjoyed the game so far. Now, as I was talking about defending, don't use the push or pull button. Use the jockey or pace control how you would normally use your push or pull. Now think about the push or pull like the slide tackle. You can play a whole game without sliding even once. I do that. I don't slide tackle. Occasionally you can. Okay. Now if you look at the slide tackle button and what's it called, push or pull as the same thing, you'll be fine. Because at the end of the day, if you jockey right and not in the proper way, the player could actually run into you, and the player controlling automatically makes the tackle. Now if you're running beside the player, you still don't need to use a push or pull. You can run and just tap the arrow 2 just like you would use your push or pull button, and it will work. Trust me, I've tried this, I've tested it. Okay. And you could always, like, at the end of the day, it's like just keep pressuring the player, because nowadays, in order to make an efficient, effective pass, you have to literally position your player in the right way, facing the right player and everything, or else the pass will not be accurate, it will be intercepted. So keeping that in mind, you know that your best bet is to pressure the opponent at all times. Now, pace control, pressuring with jockey gives you more flexibility. You can rotate, you can turn, because that's the fear, right? You don't know if this player is a killer, if he's going to dribble you at this point. You get close enough to the player and you're like, okay, this is the danger point. He could turn, he could do this, he could do whatever. Now, if you're using push or pull, it's a lot harder. You feel like you can't commit to a tackle because you're afraid. Now with pace control, you miss a tackle, guess what? Your player is still running. and guess what, you can actually just circle back. You don't, there's no like sharp breaks or anything. You can just circle back. Now it's going to take a while for sure. You're not going to get good at it immediately, but trust me, keep these two things in mind. Focus on the opponent's player, the player that's with the ball, and use pace control as your push or pull button. You can push or pull occasionally, like I use it like maybe twice in the whole game. And that's sometimes I don't use it at all because it's really pointless. It's obsolete at this point because they've changed the game, right? You have to change with the game. That's how you get good in the game. All right. Now, if you have questions, let me know in the comment section below. But that's it for me. That random demigod is basically done with the tutorial. And you know what? I really hope it helps. I'm pretty sure it will if you listen to me. Like, just keep trying. You'll get it. Okay? It's a learning process. You figure it out eventually, but I'm always here to help. So let me know. Thank you very much for watching my video, and peace.